Have you ever loved someone so deeply only to feel completely lost in the chaos of your own heart? Most people spend their lives chasing love. But what if the real reason relationships fail isn't them? It's the rules no one ever taught you? Today, I'm going to reveal the 12 love rules that most people learn too late, the ones that can either save your heart or leave you broken and confused. Stay with me till the end, because one truth in this video might just change everything you thought you knew about love. Drop a comment below telling me where you're watching from, and don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing insights. Most people enter relationships hoping someone else will complete them, as if love is some magical puzzle where the missing piece is always another person. But the truth is far simpler and far more powerful. You cannot give what you do not understand in yourself. Before you can experience deep, lasting love, you must first understand who you are, your desires, your boundaries, your fears, and the patterns that keep repeating in your life. This is not just self-reflection, it's emotional excavation. You have to dig beneath the surface of your daily habits and reactions to uncover what really drives you, because that is where clarity begins. When you understand yourself, confusion in love diminishes. You start to recognize why you are drawn to certain people and repelled by others. You notice the situations that trigger insecurity, jealousy, or resentment, and you learn to address them within yourself rather than projecting them onto someone else. This self-awareness is what separates those who wander aimlessly in relationships from those who move with purpose and intention. It's not about being perfect, it's about being conscious. And consciousness in love is magnetic because it signals honesty, integrity, and emotional maturity. Many of the heartbreaks we endure come from misunderstanding ourselves more than misunderstanding our partners. We chase relationships hoping to fill a void, only to find that the void grows larger because it is inside us, not in them. Recognizing your own emotional needs, your non-negotiables, and the kind of love that aligns with your soul allows you to step into relationships from a place of abundance rather than desperation. This shift in perspective transforms not only the way you choose partners, but the way partners respond to you. People are naturally drawn to clarity and confidence because it feels safe, authentic, and rare. Understanding yourself also means acknowledging your flaws without judgment. It's about seeing the parts of you that hurt, the patterns you repeat, and the stories you tell yourself that no longer serve you. This honesty is uncomfortable, but discomfort is the birthplace of growth. When you embrace your whole self, including the imperfect pieces, you step into a kind of love that is fearless. You stop settling for connections that drain you and start creating bonds that elevate you. The clarity you gain becomes a filter through which every future relationship passes, protecting your heart and sharpening your intuition. The foundation of love is never found outside of you. It begins within. Self-awareness is the compass that guides your heart, the lens through which you see others clearly, and the courage that allows you to love without losing yourself. When you commit to understanding yourself, everything in love starts to make sense. And so, I leave you with this: if you are willing to look inward, to confront the truth of who you are, you unlock a love that is not chaotic, fleeting, or confusing. You unlock a love that is conscious, enduring, and deeply transformative. Communication is the quiet force that determines the success or failure of every relationship. Most people think love is enough, that passion, chemistry, or shared interests will carry them through. But the truth is far subtler. Without clear communication, love can fizzle, misunderstandings multiply, and even the deepest connections can fracture. Relationships are not just built on feelings, they are built on understanding. And understanding only comes when words, actions, and emotions are aligned in a way that speaks truthfully to both partners. Many of us underestimate how much miscommunication shapes heartbreak. A missed text, a vague response, or an unspoken expectation can spiral into resentment without us even realizing it. The problem isn't always the relationship itself, it's the absence of clarity, the silent assumptions we make about how the other person should behave or feel. When we fail to express our needs clearly, Or when we fail to listen actively, we create confusion that slowly erodes trust and intimacy. Mastering communication is not about being perfect, it's about being deliberate, conscious, and courageous in expressing your inner world. Effective communication requires more than just talking, it requires listening. The kind of listening that is patient, empathetic, and free from judgment. Too often, we listen to respond rather than to understand. We craft arguments, defend ourselves, or jump to conclusions, and in doing so, we miss the opportunity to truly connect. When you listen fully, you validate the other person's experience, even if it differs from your own. This validation is not weakness, it is a form of strength that builds safety and deepens emotional intimacy. Another critical aspect of communication is emotional expression. Many people hide their vulnerability out of fear of rejection or conflict. Yet, vulnerability is the lifeblood of meaningful relationships. To communicate effectively, you must be willing to say what you feel, even when it feels risky. Saying, "I need space," "I feel hurt," or "I appreciate you," with honesty creates clarity and prevents confusion from taking root. The goal is not to avoid conflict entirely, but to navigate it in a way that strengthens connection rather than breaking it. Communication is also about timing and tone. The same words can heal or harm depending on how and when they are delivered. Patience, mindfulness, and empathy transform ordinary conversations into tools that build trust and understanding. By mastering this invisible glue, you shift from reactive patterns of misunderstanding to proactive patterns of clarity and emotional resonance. In the end, love is not a mystery, it is a conversation. Every gesture, word, and pause contributes to a dialogue that either nourishes the relationship or corrodes it. If you commit to communicating with honesty, presence, and empathy, you unlock a love that is stable, resilient, and deeply fulfilling. And so, I leave you with this: the way you speak and the way you listen can be the difference between a relationship that drains you and one that transforms you. Speak clearly, listen fully, and watch love take root in ways you never imagined. Many people believe attraction is all about appearances, charm, or luck, but lasting love operates on a deeper level. True attraction is rooted in emotional intelligence, the ability to understand yourself, empathize with others, and navigate complex feelings with clarity. People are drawn not just to how you look, but to how you make them feel. Confidence, self-awareness, and emotional presence are magnetic in a way that superficial charm never is. When you master emotional intelligence, you create a space where trust, respect, and desire naturally thrive. Attraction begins with self-mastery. If you are reactive, insecure, or inconsistent in your emotional world, others will sense it, even unconsciously, and it will disrupt connection. Emotional intelligence allows you to regulate your feelings, respond thoughtfully, and communicate your inner truth without fear. This does not mean being perfect, it means being conscious. People are drawn to those who are steady in themselves, who can handle both joy and conflict without losing composure. That steadiness creates safety, and safety is a foundation for lasting attraction. Empathy is another pillar of emotional intelligence in love. Being able to understand the emotional experience of your partner, to see the world through their eyes, transforms simple interactions into meaningful connection. It allows you to respond with compassion rather than defensiveness, to build intimacy rather than walls. Empathy is not weakness. It is strength because it requires honesty, patience, and courage to engage deeply with another person's emotional reality. Those who cultivate it become naturally magnetic because they make others feel truly seen and valued. Finally, attraction rooted in emotional intelligence is sustainable. Superficial traits fade, chemistry fluctuates, but character and emotional depth endure. When you invest in your inner world, you not only attract higher, quality relationships, but you also elevate the relationships you are already in. You create partnerships based on mutual growth, respect, and authentic desire rather than fleeting infatuation. It is the combination of self-awareness, empathy, and emotional resilience that transforms love from confusing and chaotic into conscious and fulfilling. So, if you want love that lasts, remember this: attraction follows emotional intelligence, not just looks or luck. Invest in understanding yourself, mastering your emotions, and cultivating empathy. When you do, you don't just draw people to you, you create the kind of love that transforms both hearts. And that is a power worth mastering.